I'm huffing and puffing here.
Our bodies have physical limits.
You just squat down a little bit and come up, and you'll feel how it moves.
But when humans encounter a boundary, we tend to push. How fast, how high, how far we can go.
2 spacewalkers are currently 253 miles above the Earth.
Exploration of our solar system is perhaps the most extreme bodily challenge.
You're motion sick, you're uncomfortable, you're disoriented.
That's because the human body is a complex network of bones, tissues, and cells designed to suit our environment. Here at Johnson Space Center, everything from food to spacesuits to exercise routines are designed so humans can survive in a world we simply aren't built for. What happens to your body when you're in space?
As soon as you arrive in weightlessness, the fluids start shifting in your body. Your organs of balance in your inner ear immediately sense there's no gravity pulling down on them anymore. All of your joints and your muscles also sense that.
We know about these effects because humans have been consistently living in space for over 15 years on board the International Space Station.
That can be somewhat
And we're learning even more about how our bodies react in space after Scott Kelly became the first NASA astronaut to spend nearly a year on the ISS.
As you spend more time in space, you lose muscle mass. Your bones gradually lose calcium. They gradually lose structural integrity because they're not fighting the force of gravity.
It sounds simple, but exercise is one of the most important activities for astronauts. On board the ISS, they dedicate about 2 hours a day to it. But this is not your average workout.
Squat down just a little bit.
Okay, like this. Ooh, hello. Yeah, okay, that feels different. When you were in space, can you describe the changes you noticed in your body?
More fluid will go towards the head.
Right.
And so you'll sometimes feel a little bit stuffier, like you've got allergies or something like that. You can lose up to 2.5% of your bone density in a month in space. And this is a very, very important part of counteracting that.
But what about on a deep space mission?
If we ever get to Mars, do you think we'll have machines like this up there keeping us fit?
Well, these machines take up quite a bit of space on board the International Space Station. So I think if we go to Mars, there's going to have to be something new, something probably a little bit smaller, a little more compact, something along the lines of a rowing type machine.
NASA is currently testing a miniature exercise device on the ISS. Just as critical as exercise is what we put into our bodies.
The honey coming out pretty well there.
In order to maintain their health and maintain top performing crew that are going to fulfill all their functions and have a very successful mission, we need to make sure that they're happy with their food system, that they want to eat it the entire time.
I gotta say, astronaut food is much better than I expected.
On a mission to Mars, the food needs to stay good for 5 years, a difficult challenge for food scientists. So they're also working on growing nutrients in space, like green peppers, tomatoes, and lettuce. But the point of traveling to deep space is not just to stay inside a spacecraft. We want to go outside and really explore.
Anywhere outside of Earth, really, you need a spacesuit that has a functioning life support system because the pressure environment is such that your body can't survive. Like around the space station, temperatures range from roughly -250 to +250 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's a massive range.
Yes, it is, and your body wouldn't be very happy in that environment.
For a Martian environment, NASA is currently working on their Z2 prototype, a spacewalking suit.
Is this what I think it is?
It is what you think it is. This is actually an adult diaper.
It's complicated enough to keep astronauts alive when missions are going as planned. But what about when things go wrong?
What you guys are working on here, you could categorize as like worst case scenario.
Absolutely. We are the survival method of last resort in many cases.
The crew survival engineering team works on emergency equipment like life rafts, breathing systems, protective suits, even the diapers astronauts would put on during a catastrophic event.
The urine will actually turn to ammonia over the matter of a couple of days, which is toxic to the crew.
Everything has to be considered because there's people's lives on the line.
That's absolutely true. We have never partaken in an effort to go to deep space with this many contingencies that we plan for.
Is this really going to happen?
I certainly hope that it does. I think that's why we're all here.